Great to be joined by one championship lightweight Amir Khan ahead of Reign of Dynasties, the big return to Singapore, your hometown, Amir. It must be good to be back. It's been a long time. It feels like it's been ages. Your last fight was in Singapore as well, right? So good to be back competing.
Yeah, definitely. We as athletes are glad that one championship is finally back, and yeah, I'm just excited to fight again this Friday night.
You've had some great memories in Singapore. You've had some tough memories there as well. How does it feel fighting at home, but no fans? I guess you've had that experience once before now. How does that feel for you? How do you deal with that as an athlete? It's a contrast, I guess.
I mean, I just feel it'll just be another day at the gym, but obviously with officials and referee, because we just don't have to be distracted by the fans, but we still have to keep in mind that we're still entertaining the fans back at home. They'll be watching on TV through the app, and yeah, so it'll just be slightly different, but it's competition. Competition feels the same whether with the fans or not.
You're up against Rahul Raju, who you must know him pretty well. He's been around in Singapore for many, many years now. He's kind of almost an adopted Singaporean. Is it interesting facing an opponent that you've probably known you were going to face for months now, and that you probably know quite well? I'm sure you know his coach well as well, Arvin. Is that interesting for you?
Me and Arvin, I think I know Arvin for 10 years because I've been competing in like the local amateur scene long time ago, and we exchanged competition back then. And yeah, now I'm fighting his boy, and me and Rahul, we exchange competition here and there. So I mean, there's no bad blood or anything. It just, when it comes to fight night, we just trying to prove who's the better mixed martial artist.
Has it been 6 months or so now that you've known about him as an opponent? Because I remember talking to Arvin about it maybe right at the start of lockdown. So is that an interesting factor for you?
We are supposed to schedule a fight early this year together, but then I think he got injured. And then my last opponent had to replace him. So we're supposed to be scheduled on February. So yeah, I kind of had the game plan against him a long time ago. Right now, all we got to do is just pull out the game plan from our drawer. And yeah, I mean, I've seen all his fights, studied him, and we did more study on him recently too. And yeah, we just came up the techniques that what we think most likely work on him. But of course, we are not limited to that. We're still just gonna kind of flow on the fight night and see how he reacts.
Do you see it as a striker versus grappler matchup, given that I feel like your grappling has gotten very good over the years and his striking has probably gotten better over the years? Do you see it as a striker versus grappler?
No, I see it as like two combat athletes because we are both well-rounded, and I don't think we are a specialist in any area because I have like KO TKO submission wins. He had also, I think, KO TKO submission wins. So I feel just I don't think it's a striker versus a grappler. I just think it's between two mixed martial artists. I mean, it's MMA at the end. I feel it's not no longer a stylist sport. Everyone can do everything right now.
He has immense confidence. He's quite a humble dude, but he's very full of self-belief. He said he would like it to go the distance, actually, but he says it won't, and he's convinced of a second or third round submission. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm kind of like excited and kind of like aroused by his challenge because I like it when he says it, and he has to step up on his plate and try to finish me. And I'm having confidence, but I'm not overconfident for this fight. I'm trying to be really wary of him because I do not want to underestimate him. Yeah, so I'm just focusing on each second, winning each exchange, and yeah, I'm focusing on my game plan. I mean, I'm not really what round I'm gonna finish him. Not really concerned on the outcome, but I'm just concerned how I'm gonna bring it each moment, each second of the fight.
How do you feel about your trajectory right now? You had a tough spell before the Evting win, and then a difficult loss in your last fight. It must have been difficult not being able to remedy that because of the COVID situation. Are you keen now to be super active and just jump right back into it now that events are happening again? Have you got a bit of a plan about what you want to do over the next 6 months?
Yeah, because we had a long break and had a lot during the COVID, the pandemic. I mean, had a lot like time to myself, kind of self digging, kind of finding what I'm made of, find kind of like questioning my values, my beliefs, and yeah, I felt like kind of mature and grow as a person, and I feel and have like a kind of a different mindset towards fighting towards, and I know the way I think will translate well to the fight.
Is there an element of having had this chance
I
to
was overthinking things every time I step into the cage.
is there an element
Okay.
of have is there an element of having used the time off to recover a little bit from small injuries and then add a little bit to the arsenal? Do you feel like you've had this chance now to evolve a bit as the fighter? Because I feel like it's always so active and it's very high paced, the career of an MMA fighter. But
Yeah.
you don't really often get that chance, that enforced break where you get to kind of mentally and physically rejuvenate and add those skills outside of competition. Do you feel like there's an element of that?
Yeah, I felt what plays a part for me mentally is like I always been active, like every competition going on back to back. I always have to worry about who's I'm going to fight. This time, lost, and I took the chance to kind of mentally rejuvenate. And yeah, I like I said, I felt I grew in like my character. I just grew as a person. Like I've kind of come out differently, and and yeah, I'm just ready to translate to the fight.
If he's saying second or third round submission, what are you saying? Do you have any prediction of how it's going to go?
I mean, all I can say, he's not gonna finish me, and I'm going in fast. And yeah, if he depends how he, it's all depending how he is able to handle my attacks. So for me, my focus is just my attacks. I think if I throw without hesitation, if I throw with full intention, without worry, he's not gonna handle it well.